Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Don John TV. Now, on the agenda today, I'm going to be sharing with y'all being a CNA, what they don't tell you. And for those of you who don't know what a CNA stands for, that stands for Certified Nursing Assistant. You basically take care of the residents all around, take care of their basic needs, like you bathe them, dress them, get them up to have an appointment, send them to therapy, get them ready for dialysis, all that kind of stuff. I basically take care of their basic needs. The only thing you don't do is give out medicine because that's the nurse's job. And I'm basically making this video for those of you who are watching this that are CNAs or who are thinking about becoming CNAs or anything else in the medical field. I'm basically giving you this advice to help you think, to help you think twice about, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because keep in mind, it's not going to be easy. So without further ado, let's get into this video. By the way, I got this new shirt from Walmart, Tom and Jerry. I just couldn't resist because I love me some Tom and Jerry, and I decided to wear it in this video. Don't judge me. Even if you do, I don't give a damn on me. So let's get into this video. As you can see, I made this list about some things that I'm going to talk about. Now, the first thing on my list is the work/time. Now, the nurse home that I used to work at, I'm going to call it Shady Pines. Shout out to the Golden Girls, Shady Pines. And at Shady Pines, I had took my CNA Certified Nursing Assistant classes there. And basically, me and the other girls that were in the class, we watched videos as to how the work is supposed to be done. Quotes around supposed to be done. Versus when you get out there on the floor and start working, you see it's much different than how you're supposed to do it in the videos, because there are going to be days where it's short staffed, meaning there's not going to hardly be any workers there, and you're going to have a whole hall or a section of a hall by yourself, and you're going to have to get those residents done quick, fast, and in a hurry. You ain't got time to do it how you do it in the videos, because if you did how you did it in the videos, you'll spend basically an hour and a half in every room, and you ain't got time for that, because there are going to be times, like I had said, where it's going to be short staffed. You're just going to have to hustle hard to get that shit done, because by the time the lunch trays come up, you got to stop what you're doing and pass out the lunch trays, whether you're done or not. That's just how it is. Like, I don't know how it is at other nursing homes, but that's how it was at Shady Pines, and I don't know how it is now, but that's how it was at Shady Pines. So, yeah, that's just about it. And time, T-I-M-E, time. Working at a nursing home is all about time. You have to find a quick way to do everything. Because like I said, there are days where it's going to be short staffed. And you're going to have to hustle hard to get that stuff done by the time the lunch trays come up. So time is the essence. Like, you kind of got to find shortcuts here between there. So that's just about it. The next thing on my list is the patients or the residents. That's what you call them at a nursing home, because residents reside, like, that's their home, like they're home away from home, like they live there. So the patients/residents. Don't get me wrong. For those of you who are watching this that are CNAs or thinking about becoming CNAs or whatever, don't get me wrong, there are nice patients there, patients/residents, like there are nice patients there. But there are also going to be those patients that are mean, that are racist, especially if you're black or if you're another minority. There are some that are going to be racist. There are some with dementia that sometimes act out of whack and stuff like that. But you gotta be a sane, humble person, to know how to deal with it. Because if you don't, you're going to get your ass fired. And if it gets to the point where you can't handle it anymore, simply just tell the supervisor or the administrator and they'll get it done. Not get it done. They'll basically take that resident away from you and assign him or her to somebody else. Like, just tell them, like, hey, Mr. and Miss So-and-so is giving me a hard time and I don't think I can handle them anymore. Can you please assign me to another resident? And they'll take care of it. Like, don't let that get to you. Like, there are going to be dog-ass people everywhere you go. You just got to smile and just not take life seriously. And if it gets bad, just tell the supervisor or the administrator. Simple as that. Now, the next thing on my list is this. I even wrote it how I'm about to say it. People will take advantage of you if you let them. I literally now wrote that. Now, what that simply means is, how will I put this? Like I had just said, people are nasty. People are disgusting. And if they get a sense that you're weak and you won't speak up for yourself, they will take advantage of you. Like, take myself, for instance. Here's a quick story about myself. Those of you that are watching this, that have went to school with me or have worked with me or whatever, you know, even my family knows this, you know that I'm a very nice person. And I have like this kind, gentle voice and whatnot. But people tend to take that the wrong way and try to use me. And I have to quickly let them know, like, look, I may be nice and humble, but I'll gladly turn this shit off and go from 0 to 100 on your ass real quick. And I remember when I was working at the nursing home, Shady Pines, there have been instances where, like I had said, it's been short-staffed, and I can be all the way down the hall doing a resident. And they'll call me on that loud ass intercom. By the way, Shady Pines, there are 2 wings. There's wing 1 and wing 2. Sometimes I work on wing 1, sometimes I work on wing 2, depending upon the situation that day. Or they switch me out with somebody. But on this particular day, I was working on wing 1, and I was all the way down the hall. All the way down the hall doing the resident. And they called me on that loud ass intercom. It was like, people had called me Dawn at that nursing home. And they'd be like, Dawn, please come to wing 1 nurse station. Dawn, please come to wing 1 nurse station. I'll have to stop what I'm doing, walk my black ass all the way up to that nursing station and see whatever the hell they want. Sometimes it was bullshit and sometimes it wasn't. So, there was this man I sometimes saw about. I'm going to say his name is Mr. Lawson. He was basically like, I want to say, an attention seeker. You know how little kids are, like, they just do crazy, insane stuff just to get attention. Like, he was basically an attention seeker. Like, sometimes he'd pull out his pants and show his ass. Literally. Like, he pulled out his pants and show his ass. Literally. And there were times where he sometimes pissed and shit on himself in front of everybody. And if that was the situation, I have to stop what I'm doing all the way down the hall, walk my ass back up to the nursing station, and have to see about him. And then go back doing my business. And yeah, there have been many instances like that. And there are times where I just didn't have time to get stuff done. There were some times where some residents that are in their right mind, they'll complain 24/7, like, oh, I need to get up. Nobody said about me and stuff like that. And they'll have to come and find me and be like, Dawn, you need to do this. Dawn, you need to do that. And let me say this. If y'all haven't seen my pros and cons about being a CNA or working in the healthcare field video, I'm going to try to link it down in the description box down below. Or if you haven't seen it, please go watch that. I had said verbatim in that video, one of my pet peeves is somebody telling me what I need to do. First of all, I don't need to do anything. You ask me like a nice, sane, humble person. I can choose to do it or I can choose not to do it. But 9 times out of 10, I do it because I'm just that nice of a person. And there was one incident where I was on wing 2. I just got finished seeing about a resident and I was just making this bed. And there's this lady, she's like, Dawn, come take care of this resident now. First of all, bitch, you ain't the motherfucking supervisor, so you don't tell me what the fuck I need to do. Like, people will take advantage of you. It's just like this. Give me time. I'm over here taking care of a resident. Give me time to get finished with them, and then I'll go across the hall and see about another resident. Like, don't tell me what I need to do. I do things my way. And if you don't like it, fuck off. Like, people will take advantage of you if you let them. You just got to put your foot down and be like, look, I'm only one person. I do things my way. Now, if you don't mind, back off, or I'm going to tell the supervisor on you. Like, you got to stand up for yourself. Like, you can't let people take advantage of you. Now, the fourth thing on my list is stay humble. Don't let money or position change you. And what that simply means is there are some people, by the way, let me tell y'all about myself again. I'm on my fourth job now as we speak. As I'm making this video, I'm on my fourth job as we speak. And throughout the 3 previous jobs that I've had, I was the same humble person coming in, and I was the same humble person leaving. Like, don't let money or position change you. Because just how you got that job, you can lose it just like that. And there was an incident, like there was this leads, like, I don't know if they still have them at the nursing homes, but at a nursing home that there was a nursing home, not a nursing home, get my words twisted up. At the nursing home, Shady Pines, I used to work at, there were 2 lead CNAs. And basically what a lead CNA is, basically they're the, how can I say it? Basically, they're over all the CNAs on that particular wing, basically. And there was 2 of them. One, I'm going to say her name is Beatrice, and another one, I'm going to say her name is Rhonda. Now, Rhonda, she was cool as hell, but Beatrice, girl, let me tell you, Beatrice, sometimes she could be a little bitch. Like, Beatrice, like, she thought just because she had a higher position than all of us that she, well, scratch that. She didn't have a higher position because she basically made the same thing we did. Like, she basically made the same amount of pay. She basically made the same amount of pay as we did, but I guess she let it go to her head because she was the quote-unquote lead CNA. And sometimes Beatrice thought she could just control everybody and tell everybody what to do. One time she had told me she was over me. Honey. Oh, I just have to laugh at that. Honey, you is not over me, honey. You making the same amount of pay as we did, and you still out here on this floor wiping old people's asses. You ain't even in the office as an administrator or a record keeper. You ain't over me, honey. You can get that out your head right now. You ain't over me. And there are times where she tell me, like I had said, she tell me things that I need to do. Like, you need to do this. You need to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't need to do anything. You ask me. And it's up to me if I decide to do it or not. Like, don't let money or position change you. Because like I had said, it can easily get taken away from you if you least expect it. And plus, how can I say this? The 3 previous jobs that I've had, like, I really wasn't making shit anyway. So, some of those people at those jobs that let money change them or position change them, like, you wasn't making shit anyways. You just making yourself look stupid. But other than that, y'all, just don't let money or position change. Just stay humble. And the last thing on my list is do your work your way. And I put that in bold letters, your way. Do your work your way. And what that simply means is find your own way to work. Like, don't listen to other people because they'll get you fucked up. Like, there are times where I'd be working slow. See, one thing about me, I'm a perfectionist. I like to do things the right way. And there are some people that come to me and tell me, oh, Don, you need to do this way. You need to do that way. Like, I still did things my way. And if it took me too long to do it, oh well, I'm a damn perfectionist. I like to do things the right way. Like, do your work your way. Don't let other people try to tell you how to work. Like, you gotta do things your way. Sorry if it looks kind of dark because I think it's gonna rain outside. But oh well. And the last thing on my list I'm gonna talk about is snakes. Like, for those of you who are watching this, that's human nature. Like, you gonna have snake ass motherfuckers everywhere. Everywhere. On a job, in the school, everywhere. And there are times where I'd be working at the nursing home or there are times where I'll be working at the nursing home or the retirement home, Easy Rest retirement home that I used to work at. There were times where people would stab me in the back when I least expected it. Like, there was one incident when I was at the nursing home, Shady Pines. There was this girl, I'm going to say her name is Olivia. I'm going to say her name is Olivia. I remember I was seeing about this resident and stuff like that, and she was like what was the nurse? She was the unit manager. She was the unit manager. And I don't really like the unit manager that much, but the unit manager, she had told me that the unit manager said that she was like, Dawn, the unit manager told me, the unit manager, I'm going to say her name is Chloe. She had said, Chloe has said they don't understand why. Damn, the light's flickering and shit. Okay. She was like, Dawn, Chloe had told me that they don't understand why it's taking you so long to finish and blah, 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 blah. First of all, that's one of my pet peeves. Somebody coming to me telling me what somebody else said. If that person isn't man or woman enough to come to me and tell me themselves, then it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And first of all, or second of all, why the hell would she feel comfortable if she said it? Because come to find out later, she didn't say it because I asked her. If, in fact, she did say those things, why in the hell would she feel comfortable talking shit about me to you? Like, you obviously had to bring it up from the start. Like, there are snake-ass people everywhere. And there was a time, like, the unit manager, Chloe, I remember there was a time where there was this man, like, let me see, what was the situation? There was this man that I sometimes saw about, and I didn't know, like, he had, what's it called? Was it a colostomy tube? I'm just going to say it's a colostomy tube. He sometimes had a colostomy tube, basically, where they basically feed him through his stomach because I don't think he could swallow or anything like that. He couldn't really eat his food through his mouth, so they had a colostomy tube in him. And I did not know that you had to keep him elevated up, or else if you lay him flat, you have to they had electric beds at the nursing home that I used to work at. And a person that has colostomy tube, you have to keep them elevated up. Because if you lay them flat, that stuff from their stomach will run into their lungs and they will drown. Basically drown their own vomit. So, I did not know you had to do that. And I remember one incident I had called the unit manager in because I wanted her to help me with something. And yeah, I wanted her to help me with something because there was a machine that the colostomy tube was hooked up with and you had to stop it some kind of way so you can get your work done. So I had asked her to help me I basically had asked her to tell me how to stop it because I didn't know how to stop it. And she had got mad at me. She was like, "You don't do that! That stuff will run straight into his lungs and he'll drown." First of all, bitch, don't get a motherfucking attitude with me. I just simply ask you how to stop the motherfucking thing so I can fucking work. Like, don't get an attitude with me. Like, I just simply ask you for your help. Like, don't get an attitude with me. Like, the reason why I say like I had said, like with snakes, like she was kind of a snake. Like, she smiled in my face, act like she was all nice and hunky-dory and stuff like that. But she just had a bad attitude. Like, she just really didn't know how to talk to people. But she ended up showing me anyways. And let's move on to Easy Rest Retirement Home. The man I used to see about, if you had watched my work history video, I think I'm going to try to link that down there in the description box as well if you haven't watched it. Or if you haven't watched it, please do. There was this man I used to see about in my work history video. I'm going to call him Al Turner. He basically was a demented patient. By the way, for those of you who are familiar with, if you're unfamiliar with what dementia is, I'm going to look up the definition now. The rain coming down. Dementia.
With daily functioning.
Oh, it was kind of too low. Dementia.
According to Mayo Clinic, a group of thinking and social symptoms that interferes with daily functioning.
So basically, dementia is basically kind of like Alzheimer's. Like, you basically have memory loss. Like, your brain doesn't work like it used to. So yeah, Mr. Al Turner, he basically had dementia. Like, he was a very demented man. Like, his speech wasn't all the way there. Like, he sometimes talked out of his head and acted crazy. Like, he was a demented man. And I want to say this. For those of you who are CNAs, you know that some of those demented patients are smarter than what you give them credit for. And they observe you to get a feel as to what kind of person you are, to see if you're kind of like this nice, easygoing person so they can get you in trouble. Or if they're racist, they'll try to make it seem, or if they're racist, they may not feel comfortable. They may not feel comfortable with a black man or a black woman doing them, and they'll just basically act out of whack to try to get you in trouble because you're black. And I think that was the case with Mr. Al Turner. See, sometimes he just basically scream at the top of his lungs, like, oh, basically scream at the top of his lungs to have people rush in there to think that I'm trying to hurt him or something like that. And 9 times out of 10, I wasn't. Like, I would never hurt that man a day in my life. He just basically acted out of character because basically he just really didn't feel comfortable with a black man doing them. And there was a time where he had threatened me. He was like, his speech was up to par, man. He was like, you want me to scream again? Just as loud as I can, I'll scream. And there was a time where I was trying to help him with something. He was like, I'm going to give you a good scream if you don't stop. And I just basically backed off. Like, he basically just acted out of character just to get me fired. And hey, it worked. Dad took his side over mine. See, anytime a resident is acting out of whack, or if a resident is in his or her right mind where they make an allegation against you, it's the administrator's job and other people's job to look into it. Otherwise, they could get sued. Like, that's just how it is. It's not like they want to get rid of you because they want to get rid of you. It's just because that's just them doing their job. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think, oh, the rain's coming down hard now. Yeah, I think that's just about it for this video. Like I had said, well, I didn't say it, but it's like this. I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm not trying to scare anyone up. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm basically giving you this advice to help you think. Like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because keep in mind, it's not going to be easy. So, yeah, that's just about it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on my notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. And I'm going to put all my social media accounts in the description box down below. So feel free to add and follow me on there. So until next time, it's a wrap.